it's Sue from Createful Journals, and this is our monthly inspiration training for October 2022. So in today's training, I thought we'll go through the Biz Training Template that we've included here. And as you can see, you get three basic layouts in this one template. We'll go to the beginning here. So the first one is just my business goals for the year with the months in here as well. And then the second one that you get is just a business snapshot for the year. So you can add in here logos, your colors, taglines, and all these other points in here. So this is, a good thing that you can use. And if you're starting something new, like a new website, then that's, a good way to, add your new logo and your colors, and then you can refer back to this. The next template is just a simple weekly planner that we've just done in a different style for you. Right, so the basic things that we can do is just, we can come in here, change colors. And like I said, I always like to deconstruct the template first. So to do that, make sure up here you're on the home tab and then come over to select and go to the selection pane. And then you can see all the different layers in here. And now some of you might see the lock feature that's being rolled out in your various updates in PowerPoint. So what's nice about this is if you have a particular section on the page that you don't want to move, you can just lock it and then you won't be able to edit that particular thing. So that's pretty good as well. And if you do, as far as I understand, if you lock it and you're sharing a template, that person will also have to unlock it to be able to edit it as well. So basic things we can do, again, like I just like to always just go to, hide everything, and then we just start opening everything up. So you've got the diamonds in here. So again, we could actually just come in here and just save as an image to your computer, save as a picture right here. And then you could come in here again, you could, have that as an element in your graphics package. We could turn it into a border. So we could create some pages afterwards with the different borders as well, put it down the side, we'll move it around afterwards as well. So just to see, I like just to see all the different elements first, and then we come back up. So now we're just getting into the diamonds, the text box, and then the solid diamonds that we've done in here. And then you start to get the different tables. So each one of these is a table. And again, you can come in here, change the colors, change the date. So you could use these as different boxes as well, not just for the months. So we could turn them into to-do lists. You could actually turn this whole template into a shopping list. So put the different categories in there, some kind of, even like a meal planner, any type of business planner as well. Business was, and again, just because we've given this to you as a business planner, you don't have to keep it that way. You can turn it into any type of planner that you want. So that's one thing that you want to kind of have an open mind with, and just remember, just because you get this and we label it something, you don't have to keep it that way. Change it up as much as you like. So we'll just open up these ones again. And then we've just got the diamonds here. And then we've got the rest of it down here. So then we've got the background as well. So again, just to remind you, we come up here and we can just, go to the shape or picture format, whichever one you prefer. So you could come in here if you want to come and fill that shape with a different pattern, come to picture, or just come into a plain color. You can do that as well, or a different picture. Or if you want to just add effects to the picture that we've given you, you come over here and we can hit color. And, you could turn this into the grayscale. Let's just take this one here. So we could go grayscale just by clicking that here. We could change it to a lighter blue, an orange, the blues. And these colors will depend on your color theme. So what I mean by that is when you come into design and you pick the colors from here, right, all your available colors will change depending on which one of these palettes that you select. So if you want to work with more pinks and purples, or right now it's fall going into winter, you might want to work with some yellows and oranges. That's what I did in the rest of this pack. I think that was the yellow and orange was the color theme that I selected. So you could pick this and then you could go in and adjust your colors as well. So let's just, okay, so you can do that as well. And then the other things is just put the color back there. Now, the other thing, you can add different effects to this. So you could just click on each one of these and it will change the effect in this. So you can see if we go with the pencil sketch, it adds a pencil effect to the design at the back. So that's sometimes just a fun way to change things out without having to go and find a brand new image to put in there as well. And then the last one you can play with is the transparency. So we could make this a lot lighter. You can make it more of a tealy blue if you want. And this is all the things that you could do with just without changing the graphic up from the one that we've given you as well. So that's just some ideas here. So let's just go one step further. Now, I just like to duplicate everything so that you can keep the original. And if you mess it up, you still got the original one without having to go back and download the file. So let's go back here and then let's just hide everything again. And I just want to get the diamonds. So now this is already grouped together. So again, like I said before, we can move this around. And if you want to ungroup it, then you would just come to the home button up here and come to arrange, and then you click the ungroup, right? And then you're going to get all the individual ones, but we've taken the time, we've spaced it all nicely for you. So I wouldn't ungroup it, just change the colors if you like. So again, so we could just create a page where we literally just had this there, and then you can copy and paste or Control D, and then take this down at the bottom, and you've got a nice border. So we could just have like a note page. You could leave it as a note page, or we could just insert some lines. And I just like to go with the one line here. So we could just make just a simple note page in here. And let's just change it, and then just highlight the whole box, change the pen color. And again, I'm just going to keep it black for now. You can keep, and then here you can change the pen styles to whichever one you like, and the thickness, and then just come to the borders and then the inside borders. Okay, and now we've got that. Now you can come in here and just insert below. And now we've already got the pages in here. You could squish it up a bit if you want a little bit narrower lines, and then I would try and put maybe another 2 rows below. So now you've got a nice little journal note page type of thing, or you could have left that as is. Then the next one, we can do the same thing, and then we'll delete all of this. Actually, we'll just squish it over a little bit for now. So now what I would do is just come in here, let's rotate this, and then move it down here. Oops, I just have to get it straight there. So we could rotate, I would leave room for the title. So you could just kind of rotate it in the middle and then just do something like that. Now you could leave that at the bottom. It doesn't look too bad. Or we could rotate this one too. Oops. And then just move it over here. Maybe I would put that one more towards the bottom. And then rotate it here. Then we could move this up. I would move it up to about there. And then we can pull these over. And then we could even come up here and maybe just copy one of these tables. You have to get right on the outside of it to copy it. There we go. Copy it. Let's bring one of these down here and paste it. Oh, I didn't paste. Okay, let's go back and undo it. Okay. Let's just hide everything. Let's grab one of the tables. There we go. And then this is often what I do if you're having trouble copying something. And then I'm just going to go Control D. And that's copied it here. And then I'm going to cut it from here. And we're going to pop it back down here. Now we've got the table. So we could put this down here. And we could make it longer over here and just change this to notes. So now you've got a little note page, and then we can just, maybe move that up a little bit. Maybe that's going to look better. If it's even, then you can put a title on the page there. And then remember to come back here and show everything again. So now we've got the main goal, and then we've got some note pages. So we could do various note pages throughout the year. This one, I would just still kind of scoot that up a little bit. Maybe like that. Just to make it, you can kind of come in and fine tune everything here. So now we've got those pages there, and then we could keep on going with the different looks as well. So we could actually duplicate this slide. Then I want to get rid of the tables on this one. So just come to all the ones that say table. And that one there. And then you could, let's get rid of the text. Text boxes here. And now you could kind of use this either as a divider page, a cover page. We could fade the transparency on this. So let's go back to the picture format and just do transparency, maybe make it really, maybe about there. So now you could even add text on here. You could come in and put some lines on here, and then you might just want to come in and just change the color. And then I would just pick up the eyedropper, do it the one time, and then you just click on the color that it's showing. There we go. So now you've got a nice little page. We can do the same here. We just want the outline. Oops, shape outline. Make that the blue. And then, let me go. Oops, we forgot that one there. Okay, so now you've got a totally different looking page. So you can have various shades of blue or whatever color that you would like. So now we've got the main planner. Now we've just got divider page. We put lines in here. Just, it just could be like a vision board page. It could be a note page. Then we just got a plain journal page where you can play with the lines there. And then you've just got a different design. So you can keep on going with the borders, change the colors on here. You can even fill the shapes if you wanted to. So that gives you, a few variations of that one there as well. Now let's just go over to the next layout, which is the business snapshot. And here too, you could, if you want to keep the colors, you could come and change this again. So we could come here, come down to here, pick a blue or a lighter blue. I'm just going to duplicate the page first. Okay, so and I always find when you want to change the color, it's easy to go from the picture format and then just come here. Let's just pick this lighter blue here. And then we could do the same with the shapes. You could come in here and then just, if you want to fill the shapes to the blues, you can do that as well. Then we could change all of this. And then you could come in here and make, use the same layout on this one, but just change the names. So on this one, another snapshot, you could have more about your own goals. So we could change the words to goals, main goal, monthly goals, quarterly goals. And then you can break that down even further into these boxes here as well. And then I would duplicate this again, and then I would turn this into like a vision board. So I would name this vision board, and then you could take this. Maybe you just want to have these ones here. And what I'll often do is just instead of just deleting everything, I'll just kind of come in here and go and find, we want the hexagon B. Yeah. So let's just get rid of these ones. And maybe these ones too. So if you just wanted to, oops. No. And then you could literally come in here and we could just, duplicate this here. And, then you can have various ones down the page. So I just want to click on these. We want that one there. So we're just going to select the 3 hexagons. and then do a Control D to duplicate them. And then we've got these down here. So then we could have some different wording on that one, and we can do the same. We could get 3 in there for you. So this would be now become a vision board kind of layout. So you can make that there as well. And then going back to the original one, again, if we just do a quick hide all and just start from the back. So you've got the background. So this could just make a cover page, divide a page. And again, we could come here to the home, the picture format. If you want to turn everything blue, we could do that. Or if you want to make it a little bit more transparent. And then you can also come in and play with some of these effects. Let's try the paintbrush one. So you'll see that this changes. It just takes a little time to change. So you've given it a more of a subtle look by just putting that effect in there as well. And then, you know, just keep coming back and just, again, I would come in, change the colors. So if you want to keep that blue that we did before, you may just want to go a little darker blue. So I would come into here. Oops, more colors. We want to go into more colors. And then you've got the blue there. So we could just come a tad darker. And then we've got that color in there as well. And then just come back and just put things on. So you can just see how we built this. And then you'll find out where all the elements were. And sometimes if you can't select it, then I just find if you come over to the selection pane and then select it, it will highlight for you. And then you can just do a Control D to duplicate it. Or come in and do the shape format and change the shape outline, whatever you would like to do. Okay, so let's just put everything back here again. So, you know, you would come through here, change the different colors. So that gives you some ideas for that one. And now this one is just a planner again. This is browns and blues, so it matches the theme that we did. Again, so we could duplicate this one. And then again, hide everything and then just come back to the rectangle. So you've got a nice page here. So now we could just turn this into some nice note pages again. And I would just come back up here, copy the one that we did. So we don't not starting from scratch. And come down to here and just add the lines in it. Just scoot them in a little bit. And here I would, again, highlight everything and just make the lines just a little. I would just go with a lighter gray for this one because it's got more of that look there. So let's do that one so that looks better there. Right, and then you can duplicate it again. Remove this totally so that we don't have any lines. You've just got blank page. Or come back to this note page that we did here, this note box. And we could copy, oops. We can copy that one, bring it down here and paste it on here. And you could make a note box. We could make, you know, a different planner. But you're using the elements that we gave you to, you know, create new templates. So you're not having to go and start creating everything from scratch. You know, you might even like, let's do this one here. Go find the hexagon. Oops. And then just Control D. And then just cut it from here. Pop that down here as well. Yeah, and you could make, oops, make that into it. Now, that's perfect. So now if that keeps happening to you, right, we'll just go back and center it. So to center it, come up to align, and we want to align it in the center. And then I usually do the middle too. And now what we can do is come over here and hit the lock. So now it's not going to move. So now if we click on this, it's the elements will move, but this background isn't going to move. So we've locked it in place, which is really nice. So now say we want to, you know, move this down here. or if you want to make a couple of them, you can turn this into like a weekly planner type of thing. Like we've got the main planner here, but maybe we want to turn it into more over like a daily planner. So you could come in here, have morning, afternoon, your notes, appointment box. So again, and then we can again like come in here and copy this down. So you've got the appointment box over here. And then this could become a to-do list. And if you want to just, could have grouped that together to copy them both together. And then paste it. And then pop it back in here. So now we could make this a to-do list. You could just change, let's just do that quickly. So this would be to-dos. And then you could just number this. Oops, don't want to do that. Just hit undo. So this could just now become a numbered list. So number 1. And then if you didn't want as many lines, what you can do is you can just, you'd have to highlight both of these and then come down to merge the cells. And then you would get one larger line from there and then just get rid of this one here. So if you don't want as many rows, you can just do something like that. So maybe you've just got like 3 or 4 main to-dos for the day, and you could just make this into a 4-row box instead. So you can add all the different elements in here. So that's already given you like 10 templates from the 3. So this is just like a basic, again, we could put boxes on here. I like this as either a cover page or a divided page or even as a vision board. So again, you could come back to this one, create a different vision board. We did that down here, but you could use that other template too. So you have more than one kind, or you can come in and change the shape altogether into something else that you wanted to do. Now, when you do that, I usually just come up to the shape format and then edit the shape, and we can just change the shape. So say we wanted just to change it to the plaque kind of shape, and then you can make this more pronounced or make it less. So that's pretty too. So then you could have the different shape on there, and it's stayed relative. The sizes have stayed relative. You've just changed the edges. So that's an easy way to make the different shapes. So then you could add in, a water box, exercise steps, anything like that, or reminders. Don't sit at your computer too long. Get up every hour and take a 10-minute walk type of thing. Right, so that's some ideas there. So let's just go back and have a look at what we've got. I'll close this one out. Okay, so we started with the 3 templates and then we've ended up with 10. I mean, you can easily duplicate this into a lot more pages. If you put blank pages in, you could change the dotted lines. You could give them solid lines, dotted line, dashes as well, just to give extra value. You can put the lines on top of, the background like we did here. You could, again, I would copy this one here, just change this background to, these 2 backgrounds. So you have the same template, but with a different background. So that's a variation that you can do. So quite easily, you could turn this into like a 15-page template just from those 3 templates, right? Now you do get this template inside your monthly pack, and I'll leave it as is now. So you can either use what I created here, delete it, or start from scratch. So if you have any questions, as always, please let me know. And I hope that you enjoyed this training. Thank you.